Good morning and welcome to the live show. It is Thursday, October 10th, and let's see how the market is opening right now. Microsoft is up 0.10, 0.10%. Apple's up 0.41%. Google is down a little bit. I mean, Apple's down a little bit. Let's go through this again. Microsoft is up 0.10%. Apple's down 0.3%. Google is down 0.19%. Meta's down 0.17%. Amazon's barely up, and Tesla's up a little bit, and Nvidia's down like a 0.5%. So there you go. That's the heat map for this morning. Let's get cruising and see how things are going to look. We'll first go through our Jolie's jumpers. I hope everybody has a great day. And we're thinking about all those down in Florida. I hope everybody's safe down there. That hurricane's ripping through there. Wild stuff right there. But let's look at the market and see what's happening. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Let's get rolling this morning. Look at our Jolie's jumpers, see what's happening here as we start with BLMZ and see what that Blooms is doing. I told you last night I was looking at it yesterday, and then it popped up in the after hours, so we were kind of I was laughing about it last night a little bit because I said, well, that one's going to be either a momentum guy in the morning, but it did just run. It was set up perfectly, and I had it on my list for yesterday, and then it popped up last night in the after hours, and it ran yesterday. It opened at what, 69 cents and ran up to 131. Well, this morning it opened at 121 and ran up to 133. And I'm not so sure it's going to continue to run. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but it did already pop up there just before I got to tell you guys. And again, we went through a list last night that has a ton of setups, and it was basically all the ones we've gone through for the last 3 to 4 weeks, and that are setting up really nice. And you know how we're always early, so there's a lot of beautiful setups on that list from last night. BLNK, let's look at this one. It is cruising up there. Let's see. It's not moving yet there. Let me look. It doesn't like to move much in the morning. Let me get back here because I just messed up and I don't know what I just put in, but here we go. BLNK. Let me get to the chart. Yeah, it looks pretty good to continue to run up. We thought it was just a little healthy pullback yesterday, and it will continue up. It should get up to that 225 and then start to want to really run. So it's at 195 right now. Has to get up over that $2 area to really get bumped up to that next spot, like I said, up to that 225 area, and it will get moving. So that is BLNK. BNZI. Here's another one. What's this one doing this morning? Let me take a quick look and see BNZI. Let's see what's happening here. Yesterday it popped up. It opened at 287, got up to 689 yesterday. Today it opened at 494, got up to 540. Its low is 445, and it's sitting down at 485. So could be pulling back there, but did run up yesterday and today. How about Buru? I told you this one's probably going to be coming back down, but might have a little run this morning, and it couldn't even do that. It opened at 117 and just started coming down. So I was saying last night that run was probably over. I mean, we'll see if it wants to set back up, but it was over for the time being anyway. CRKN was popping up yesterday in the after hours. That one's moving. That's one that we had looked at before as well. Like I said, it popped up yesterday. It opened at 117. It ran up to 213. And then it this morning it opened at 150 and it got up to 192. It's sitting at 133 right now is what its low is. And it looks like that one popped up. We'll have to see if that can continue to run up this morning. And that's CRKN INDP. Let's take a quick look at that one real fast. INDP. Let's see. I'm not even familiar with this one, but yeah, it's trying to get moving. That was yesterday. I don't have today's up yet, but yesterday opened at 111, was up to 122. It closed at 116. Let me just see if I see anything on Webbull INDP, and it says. It doesn't say anything for pre-market, so yeah, it's not really doing anything, is what it says even on the Web Bull one. So FinViz, mine, and Webbull all say that that one is not moving just yet, but it was yesterday, and we'll look at it. KXIN. This is a China truck dealership, car dealership one, and it had popped, ran up in the top there for a little while. Let's see if it wants to get rolling again. Let me type it in here, and let me see if it's going to try to roll off of this MACD. I'm not. I mean. I guess it could, but I would be careful with this one. I would let it set up a little bit more. I think it might pull back, especially with all the China ones getting crazy. It is trying to set up and run up there, but it's like I said, it already ran up there pretty well, and we see a lot of other ones that are looking better. So I mean, could be a momentum play if it really gets curling and but just make sure it is definitely curling up before you jump in that. And then MNTS, we looked at this aerospace and defense before, and Momentous, it definitely got some momentum right there. It started cruising yesterday. Had some great momentum, opened at 66, got up to that 106 area, maybe even a little higher, and then it opened today. Let me look at it on mine real quick just to get the better numbers. Opened at $1 and then came back down. So yeah, yesterday it ran up to that $1.10 today, and then it closed. What did it close yesterday? 95. This morning it gapped up 5 cents to that dollar and then started to come back down. So MNTS, well, it's coming back out of the top, so we'll have to watch for that to pull back. But that one definitely ran up yesterday and tried to this morning, ran up a little bit. Our buddy Rivian, I'm telling you, this one's setting up really nice. It's just about there. So we will be watching this one, and I will be looking at the options on this probably today. It's right there. Curling up real nice. That line, they're all coming down for it, and it should start rolling. So definitely take a look at Rivian, and that one's looking good. TRNR, let's see that one real quick. That's popping out of the basement. Let me take a better look. TRNR. Oh, TRNR. There we go. And what's it doing this morning? It opened at 16. It came down. It ran up yesterday, 15 cents up to 18, but its low is 13 right there. Closed at 16 where it opened, started coming back down a little bit. And let me see. It's not showing me a whole lot right there. But mm, I'm not sure. I mean, it has room to move, that's for sure. It only moved a little bit. So that's TRNR. I'll look at it as it opens, see if it has something in it still. It already moved up and pulled back, so we can kind of look at that. And we have TVGN. Let's look at that, up 11 cents this morning at least. TVGN. That one did run up pretty nice, huh? Opened at 36, got up to 49, and it's sitting back at 37. So right where it opened, basically hit that support literally right below 50 cents. The support was at 50, and it hit it at 49. So it is just a little bit flat right now, and I'm not sure this one's going to continue to run, but it did have a nice little run up this morning. And there we go. That's our Jolie's jumpers list. And let's check out and see what else is happening. If we have any more, whoa, let me see real quick. Uh, I know Cine was trying to run this morning. I saw that one. Let's look at it. That was up 28 cents. CN Energy Group, that's one we've looked at. It just took that hard curl up and it literally jumped right up onto its resistance and making it support. So see if it can even cross through. Let me look. CNEY. Let me look on mine. CNEY. Yeah, it's just barely crossing through up to 87 cents, opened at 54. So we'll keep an eye on that if it wants to continue to run. Like I said, it jumped up there, but has that look, and I'm not so sure. So it could come falling back down on us. It's a China company, and it did just pop right up on there. So that's CNEY. Good morning, Luis Rodriguez. He wants to see LOW. Let's see that. That's good old Lowe's down $1.93. This thing was way in the top, and I could assume that it's going to have to come down. Like I say, like Meta's in there. I don't like to chase any of these that are up here in the top area, and I like them to come down. So that 20 is around 265. We're sitting at 275, but it is bullish. It does want to run. Just let it pull back out of the top before you jump into it. So there you go. And like I said, it's down $1.93 this morning. And let's look at Home Depot too. That's HD. That's at 416, and that one was also in the top. Let me look at that on mine better. HD. Some of the big caps you can kind of see on FinViz. Let's see what this is doing here. Flat along there. It almost looks like it wants to roll up a little higher. It actually doesn't have anything for today on mine. Home Depot just shows me yesterday's. What's it doing here? Is this today or yesterday? This is yesterday. Okay, so it's not doing anything yet this morning. Let me look on Webbull, see if HD. I didn't even look at the day. I assume because it's so big. Yeah, it's down $3.07 on Webbull to 413. Let's see. Nope, not on there. And not on mine. That's crazy. So neither of them are showing anything. Let me just see what Lowe's was again, just to see if it was today's date. I never even looked. I just assumed it was, being that it's a pretty big capper. Um, that one says 1010 today. Let me look at mine real quick. No, that's interesting that Home Depot wouldn't be live right now. And that's yesterday for Lowe's as well. So that's weird that they're not really moving. And what's Webbull say Lowe's is yet? Because Home Depot's down and Lowe's says it is down $1.93 in pre-market to 275. So yeah, the FinViz is accurate on this one. Mine's not even accurate on it. That's crazy. All right then. So let's look at FinViz. And again, just like I was saying, they are way at the top. I would have to assume they want to come out, or come down and pull back a little bit. But Lowe's is really bullish. Let's just look at Home Depot one more time. I'll just use FinViz and Home Depot is bullish, but not as bullish as Lowe's, it looks like. And but this does look like it could roll up, but it's not showing me what it wants to do today, so I can't exactly tell you. I think it topped out and it wants to come down. I think they both do right there, and that's Lowe's and Home Depot, Louis Rodriguez. So there you go with them bad boys. Let me know if you want to see anything else. Um, let's jump into crypto and just see what that's looking like this morning. At least Bitcoin's back in the 61s. It's at 61,098. And let's just see how it looks on the chart real fast. I'm pulling up on my app. And it bounced underneath that 60, but it's kind of holding itself up there above the 100. At least it's trying to anyway. So let's see if it can form that base. It might be tough being that it's a Thursday and they don't like to really get running hard on the weekend. So we may see that pullback. And again, I didn't think they were crossing through this time. They just didn't have that look. Ethereum is at what, 22, I'm saying 2,398, and it is under the 50 and kind of just pulling back some more. Solana's back down to 139, and that's under the 50, and that's pulling back some more. And I'm sure they all are. Doge is at 10, and that looks like it is. Let me take a peek at it. That is sitting on the 50 and probably going to come back down a little bit more. I mean, it could bounce, but I highly doubt it with everything else really bouncing down right like that, dipping down. And Bonk was down, what, 4%. And I can't even, come on. Here comes the chart, and that one is coming down to the 50. It's under the 100. So crypto not looking so hot. We'll probably have to wait. Like I said, it looks like it's just waiting for the election at this point. It just keeps bouncing around so much that yeah, I think it's just, and you could tell it wasn't crossing through this time, and just didn't have the momentum, didn't want to, and it is just cruising like back and forth and not really running in this bull market like it should be. So I guess it's waiting on the election. So we're gonna have to just keep our eye on crypto and see how it's gonna move. Let's take a quick look and see what our big caps are doing real quick. Let's see what the SPY looks like this morning. That's down $1.05. And yeah, this thing is just so bullish. It's hitting that line, trying to cross through. Like I was saying, it had to make that hard cross. I kind of feel like they're gonna pull back. And I've been saying it, and they keep going up, I know, but the last time I did that and then changed my ID and said, oh, maybe it'll run up, that day they came crashing back down. So I'm sticking with it because they look like they have to pull back here, and it's not even that much, but this thing just has to pull back, probably to the 570 area, down like $6 to SPY, and then they're gonna be set up like monsters. So yeah, in the next 2 weeks or so, that's really setting up. Let's look at Apple. It's down $1, and another one making that hard curl up, and I think it bounces down a little bit, and nothing hard could come down to the 225 to 224 area, maybe even dip lower than that, 223. But another one just setting up super bullish. The top of it's at 232 right now, and it wants to go between that little channel right there, and yeah, as it sets up, and like I said, it's setting up super bullish. So let's look at Google, see what they're up to. They're in the middle of an antitrust. Oh, Google just reset that. I knew, honestly, that's so crazy because I said it yesterday. I could already see the chart reset up, and it did it today. It actually did it this morning. It wasn't set up like this like yesterday. I could already see what was happening though, and boom, it did exactly what I thought was going to happen. And yeah, we're just going to see some pullback on it during this antitrust, and then it's going to just pull back. Its low could be like in the 153 area, and this thing is going to set up in like the next 3 weeks or so. So the market almost wants to pop right after the election as well. You can see these big caps getting set up really nice. Amazon, and like I keep telling you guys, they wouldn't be setting up like this if one party was trying to win or was in the lead at all. So I can just tell you the way it looks, and it's looked like this for 2 to 3 months, and you could just see what was going on. So Amazon, AMZ, and that one's trying to curl up. So keep an eye on this one because it's getting ready to try to run. So that one is setting back up. Meta, that one's been in the top, and like I keep saying, it has to come out. Um, I assume it's coming back down into like the 560s, 570s from the 590 area, and will reset up and be bullish. It just needs some room on that chart. So that is Meta. And let's look at Microsoft and see what that's doing. That one was setting up, and now it's curling like Amazon, and this one's setting up really bullish in about 2 or 3 weeks. So Microsoft's going to be a good one in a few weeks for sure. And let's look at Tesla. Isn't it like that robo taxi day? Here we go. Robo taxi day. And let's see. Tesla's robo taxi event. Let's see what's up with it. Tesla's expected to show its purpose-built robo-taxi or cybercab. It's expected that human drivers won't need to be present to operate the car. So we're gonna see what this robo-taxi is all about today. And they even have like a countdown for it. So let's see what time. 14 hours and 40 minutes, it says. So whenever that is from right now, it looks like robo taxi time. So that's when they're going to be launching it, I think. And they have a countdown on their website if you want to check it out. I'll post it out in a little bit. And if you guys want to see that, but that is Tesla. But what we care about is the stock chart, and it's been pulling back. It looks like it wants to kind of crawl back up this morning, though. So I could imagine with a robo taxi day, yeah, it's going to start curling. It was pulling back just for this event, it looks like. So I think Tesla might start running back up, and another one just super bullish in a couple weeks. And just think how bullish Tesla and Elon's companies will be if the if it changes hands and he ends up in the government somehow. And you can just figure, and like I said, this thing's setting up crazy bullish right there. So there you go. And Laptop Travel said the event is at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't even, we'll have to figure out. I forget Pacific is what, 3 hours behind Eastern, I believe. So we'll figure that out and definitely let everybody know exactly when that is today. And then let's see. No, I didn't. Suave sent me a message. He wanted to look at some. He said that he's on there private, and I do not see any of your comments actually. So let's look at Ford though, because I know that was way down. It was curling up. I looked at this recently, and it is trying. It looks like that 20's hovering it. Let me just look at it today. It crossed through, which doesn't always mean a whole lot. I'll look at Ford on mine real quick. It actually, what is today? Is that today's date? Yeah. All right, 1063, and then it's at 1061. So it's not really doing much this morning. So let me just take a better look at it. I was actually looking at Ford the last few days, and to see because it was like kind of pulling back, but you couldn't tell if it was basing out, and the 20 was right there. So I'll keep an eye on that one and update it. Jobby, Joby. I know this was moving up the last few days. I think this one has to pull back a little bit here and then reset up. Maybe it comes down to like the 540s and tries to reset up. It never really got through that support. And again, this one's kind of set up airports and air services for about 3 weeks out. So, right around that election time. And then WBA, that's Walgreens. I know that. And they weren't looking so hot, and the company still isn't looking so hot, but it does look like it's trying to get up there and pop up right now. It has run a little bit. Remember, we looked at it and knew it was dipping down. It did get into a better area right there, so I could see Walgreens trying to jump up to like that 954 from 886. But again, company just not looking solid right now for Walgreens. Still has a lot of money to burn through. Obviously, at 886, they're not down in the pennies yet, like Big Lots got to, but Walgreens better get it together. They will be really soon. So that is WBA, and that is Walgreens. And I said that not long ago that that company wasn't looking good, and it looks like it's pulled back since we've said that as well. And yeah, like I said, you look like it's trying to set up for a little bump up into the nines, but nothing too crazy there. And and yeah, just not looking hot for Walgreens. So not sure what they're up to, but it don't look great, that's for sure. And I know Rite Aid wasn't looking good. None of them pharmacies are doing well right there, and not a lot of whole lot of companies are doing well. So I think everybody's hoping for a little bit of a change really soon here. So there you go with that one as well. Let me know if let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Um, and we have our laptop lowdowns. We went through our big caps, our crypto, our Jolie's jumpers, and also let's look at our laptop lowdowns real quick and see what they're up to because there's always a nice list right there. And let me get cruising through these bad boys. I'll just look at them on my chart for the most part and see what they're doing this morning. So here we go. HE. Let's look at it right there. That's yesterday's date pulling back, but again, these ones are going to be really good setups. And then last night we went through a whole bunch of them as well. So COOT, let's see if that one's still, well, that one might be trying to jump up there. Yesterday it tried to jump up 89 cents. It's low as 80. It pulled back a little actually. Let me look at this thing. COOT. COOT. That's that Australian oil seeds. And it did crawl through. It did run up just a little bit, but some weird looks on that thing. I don't even know. That thing's a crazy looking guy. So I'll have to look at it. But the 20 is coming up for it to try to push it up. It just bounces around a lot. So that's COOT. You can look at that one because it does bounce around a lot, like I said. CPIX. That one is, let me get back to my charts here, see if that one's yesterday's date, and it did run up, so it's going to be a tough one. Might have to pull back a little bit. DLPN. Let me take a quick look at this one. This one was cruising up there yesterday and could keep the momentum. It did go a little bit flat, that Dolphin. I know we looked at some of these last night. Just curious if any of them are moving this morning. And again, we had a ton of them also marked up, but they're not always moving. If they're gonna jump up, they'll gap up in the morning. And the most part, they're just kind of flat there. So and waiting. So ENG, this one was looking really good. Still yesterday's date. We went through that last night, and again, that one's looking really good. EONR. This is still yesterday's date, and it was just coming back down to that MACD line, but possibly going to roll off of it. FLYE, this one still has yesterday's date too, and was setting up pretty nice right there. If I remember correctly, FLYE. Yeah, this one was trying, it did run up yesterday, and we wanted to see if it was going to keep momentum right there. So FLYE not doing anything yet this morning. Let me see. GRI, let's look at that one real quick. GRI. This is yesterday's date as oh no, this is today's date. Um, it just opened at 42 and came down a penny, so nothing really quick right there. I am looking at last night's list. Laptop Travel said so. Is there a new one for this morning? Let's see. There we go. Laptop travel updated. So my apologies. I was just looking at some of them anyway. And like I said, some of them aren't even moving this morning, but here we go. Look, he just posted and laptop travel said keep an eye on the lithium on the scanners after the massive buyout of ALTM. So let's just take a look at a few of them real quick. ALTM. Oh yeah, Arcadium Lithium that did jump way up there and was up at the top. We had been looking at this bad boy as well, and we did mention that it did have that takeover. The Rio acquired it. Rio Tinto acquired Arcadium Lithium, and 6.7 billion in cash right there. So let's look at a couple of these other guys real quick this morning. SLI. That one was up. That's up 15 cents right there. SLI. I'm not sure if it's going to continue to run up, but it did run up this morning. It's in the top, so it could get moving. It just kind of went still as it went into the top right there. And PLL, let's see that one. Piedmont Lithium is up 18 cents, and another one. These guys are at the top, and they look like they want to kind of keep momentum up there. And again, we went through all of these when they were way down, and we said that the lithium sector was set up, so we were early on every one of these. And LAAC, that one's also up 5 cents, and another one. This one looks like it wants to get up into the top. So all of these lithium ones are looking pretty good. So keep an eye on them. And I'm just going to take a quick peek if I could just pull out a couple more. Let's look at AMLI real fast. That one jumped up to 5 cents in the top. So they all have that top look right there for the lithium ones. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And here I see laptop travels lowdown list. So let's blast through a few of these real quick, see what's up with them. ADTX, here we go. This one we were looking at. Let's see if it wants to start moving today, finally. ADTX. Yeah, this one, 24. That is today. Um, it opened at $1.20 and it got up to $1.26 and it's sitting at $1.24. That one could actually start moving right there. ALCE, let's see, that one's just pulling back. That is yesterday's date, so we'll have to take a peek, but that one was just pulling back. ATXI, that is yesterday's date and was kind of pulling back, but wants to set up. So I'll take a look at that today. BCLI. Let's look at that one. Yesterday's date just pulling back right there. Um, let's see what else is going on here with BDMD. I know we were looking at this. This has got that big curl up. It's not doing anything just yet, but I'm gonna definitely be watching this. Let me look at it. BDMD. Yeah, this one's gonna start to have that curl up. I thought so. Oh man, my allergies are just killing me. It's that time of year when the leaves are falling. I swear that's always a bad allergy time. But anyway, here we go. BDMD. Like I said, that one's gonna be curling up edible. Let's see what that one's doing. Is that one trying to move? Nothing yet this morning on here. I'm curious if it's moving on Webbull. What do they say? EDBL? No, it doesn't say anything. So I guess mine's right, and it's not doing anything this morning, but it is curling up. So that's one that we definitely want to be keeping an eye on for sure. Looking great. FBRX. Let's see. That one's curling up nice. Is that today? That's yesterday's date, so we'll have to look at that one. It isn't doing anything yet, so we can't tell if it wants to bounce yet. FRGT was moving yesterday. It opened up at $1.66. It went up a penny and then came down a penny. So it's sitting up a penny at 167 right there. So that one's looking pretty decent. And here we go. Edible not trading yet. Yep, that one's not trading yet. So yeah, like I said, I don't understand why some of them don't start trading right away, but it's just the way it goes. GLTO, like I said, some of these smaller ones don't move unless they just gap up. And if they gap up, then you know they're going to move because they get on the scanner and the volume starts pouring in. So I guess if they're not doing that day, they just wait. So GLTO, another one just pulling back with yesterday's date, but that one's going to be a good one right there. And let's see, GNPX. Yesterday's date just kind of was pulling back a little flat, but nothing crazy. HSDT. Let's see right here. Yeah, yesterday's date, but this one's setting up to curl up, and not a lot of them are moving this morning. Not a whole lot going on, I'll tell you that. I was looking at it this morning, and it didn't seem to be a whole lot going on. LGCB isn't the let me go through real quick and just see. And they're the Fed's cutting rates. Here are the three yield curve scenarios and what they mean for the stock market. U.S. features lower or edged lower ahead of key inflation data. That's right. The CPIs today. Hot CPI inflation could spook markets, and stock futures slip as September consumer inflation reports loom, and traders await U.S. inflation test, and China revives its stock vet rally. Let's see what that yin and yang are doing here. Yin did bounce back up. And again, it's hitting that 20. I don't know if it's going to really bounce up too hard. So we'll have to look at this yang down 11 cents and curling up to that line. I'm telling you, they're going to reverse pretty damn soon. So keep your eye on that reversal because it's going to happen sooner than later. And yeah, maybe today they reversed, but I don't know if they're going to stay that way. Like I said, that Yang's coming up. It's riding that basement line right now, and it wants to get out. So I think within a couple weeks, you're going to see a week or so, you're going to see a big change on them bad boys as well. So we'll keep our eye on that. HSDT, let's just take a quick look at that. Just pulling back right there. HSDT. Let's see. That's yesterday. It was just kind of pulling back. Nothing crazy, but that one's going to set up LGCB. That is also today's date finally, but nothing. It's just sitting at 31. But that one looks good. Keep an eye on that one to try to move that linkage global. I know we looked at that last night. LIVE live. That was pulling back there, but that'll be a pretty decent setup. Good old Mullen. This one's forever pulling back. Opened at 230, but just sitting there. So be careful with that one. That's a wild one for sure. NEPH looks good. It's pulling back, but looks good to try to start moving yesterday's date still. So NRBO also yesterday's date and was just kind of pulling back another one that's going to be setting up. So all these bad boys are setting up right here. NVNO is a definite setup right there, starting to curl. So all of them have yesterday's date. Like I said, not much going on this morning with that CPI. ONCT is looking decent to start curling up, but not doing anything yet this morning. PPBT, that's a tongue twister. That one's about to try to move, but again, yesterday's date, so you can't exactly tell. And SLXN, I know that was trying to set up, and also just yesterday's date, just sitting there. It had pulled back there, so not really getting a good look. And I'm telling you, it's pretty flat this morning. Not a whole lot going on right there. let me just jump in and JTAI. Remember we looked at this guy yesterday. It's up a penny right there. That was on our list before, and I pulled it up last night and we went over it and it was looking good. JTAI, and that one's on there. Let's see what else. That's CNEY. What about CETX? What's that doing? Um, I'm not sure that's doing anything yet this morning. I'd opened at 56. Let me look on mine. CETX real quick. It is opened at 57, got up to 60, low of 55, and it's sitting at 57. So I'll keep my eye on CETX, see if it actually wants to start moving yet. So that'll be a good one to keep an eye on. And let me just take a quick look and see what else is going on here. Blooms. Yeah, not a whole lot happening today. So we'll wait for that CPI report to come out and then we'll go from there. So I'll be updating you guys and letting you know how things look. And it is just pretty flat. We'll wait for the CPI report. I'll update it and keep you posted. Let me know if you want to see anything else. Uh, Here we go to Mag 7. Yeah, there you go. I'll repost that. Laptop travel put up the numbers for the Mag 7 this morning, and it's nothing crazy going on. I'm telling you. Here, I'll go through it real quick. Microsoft's literally at 0%, Apple down 0.37%, Google's down 0.14, Meta's down 0.12, Amazon's up like a 0.5%, Tesla's up 1.25. They have Robo Taxi Day, and Nvidia is down 0.18%. And I don't even, yeah. So there you go. They are not really doing much this morning for us. So it could be a slow morning. Oh, let's look at DJT real quick. And that one looks like it's going to start curling back up and cruising again, guys. And like I said, I think that wants to get to that 25 before it really wants to stop. So I have a feeling it's going to try to curl back up a little bit more. The 20's curling up to come meet the 50. And it's not looking bad right there. And RVSN, let's see that one real quick. Let's see RVSN. That's that Real Vision, just kind of flat. I know it ran up yesterday, and let me take a better look on mine. RVSN right here, October 10th. It's 54. Came down a penny. Um, hmm, that one's a tough one. It ran up pretty good yesterday. It ran up to that 64-cent area. So let me see. Let me just get a better look at it real quick. I mean, if it can jump, let's put it this way. If it doesn't run up today, it has to jump up into the 53s, like call it over 53 and a half to make it safe. And so yeah, well, if it can get over to that, the 53 and a half today, it'll move. If not, let it pull back just a hair, and that 20 will come meet the 50 and pull it up. So it's hard to tell right now because it's not really doing much. FFIE, let's take a, oh, that one's up 39 cents this 38 cents this morning. Probably going to hit that 20 and come back down to $3, but look for it to run up a little bit more. FTFT, that was one that we had been looking at. Let's see what it's doing here. It was pulling back on us. And it did curl through yesterday. I don't see it doing anything yet, but let's watch that one to try to change directions there. We had been watching it pull back. The JTAI, like I said, went over that last night, and that did pop up. That's a nice runner right there. We went over that. And TPST up 48 cents, and that one's running up to the top. That could be a little momentum play right now as it opens up. So there you go. There's our pre-market right there. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Have a great Thursday. Lock in those profits. Could be a little slow with that CPI report coming out. I'm not exactly sure what time it does. I'll check it out. And but lock in those profits and trade smart. We'll see how it reacts to that report today. I'll keep you posted. Let me know if you want to see anything. And have a great Thursday and keep everybody in mind down in Florida because that hurricane is ripping through there. So I hope everybody's staying safe and we'll keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers. So have a great day, everybody. And I will see everybody later and lock in those profits and trade smart. It's going to be one of those crazy days with that CPI report. So let me know if you want me to look at anything. I'll be around and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.